from walking into your local Starbucks or hardware store and being served by an A-list Oscar nominee. For these stars, the red carpet was just a temporary stop on the way to a regular 9 to 5. In the 70s and 80s, these icons were the faces on every bedroom poster. But Hollywood is a fickle beast, and sometimes the pressure of fame leads to a total life reset. Today, we're looking at 30 legends who traded the paparazzi for a paycheck in the real world. 1. Geoffrey Owens. As Elvin Thibodeau on The Cosby Show, he was a staple of 80s TV royalty. Decades later, a job-shaming photo of him working at Trader Joe's went viral, but the actor stood tall, proving that honest work is always honorable. 2. Frankie Muniz. Malcolm in the Middle made him a millionaire by age 15, but Frankie's heart was always in the fast lane. He pivoted to professional open-wheel racing and even opened an organic olive oil shop in Arizona to live a quieter, more grounded life. 3. Cameron Diaz. She was the ultimate it girl of the 90s, commanding $20 million per movie. Diaz shocked fans by retiring at the top of her game to become a wine mom, launching her organic brand, Avaline, and focusing on her family away from the cameras. 4. Peter Ostrom. As Charlie Bucket in 1971's Willy Wonka, Ostrom was offered a 3-movie contract. He turned it down, bought a horse with his earnings, and spent his life as a large animal veterinarian in upstate New York. 5. Michael Scheffling. Every girl in 1984 was in love with Jake Ryan from 16 Candles. However, the Hollywood royalty lifestyle didn't suit him. He moved to Virginia to raise a family and craft high-end, handcrafted furniture as a carpenter. 6. Phoebe Cates. She defined a generation in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but by the early 90s, she'd had enough. She retired to New York City to open Blue Tree, a boutique where she can often be found behind the counter today. 7. Jeff Cohen. You know him as Chunk from The Goonies, the kid who gave us the legendary Truffle Shuffle. Cohen didn't stay in front of the lens. He used his Hollywood connections to become a powerhouse entertainment lawyer with his own firm. 8. Eric Estrada. As Ponch on the hit show Chips, Estrada was the ultimate 70s TV heartthrob. In an incredible twist of life imitating art, he became a real-life police officer and later a reserve deputy in Idaho to protect and serve. 9. Ariana Richards. She spent Jurassic Park screaming for her life as Lex Murphy, but her real-life passion was much quieter. She's now a world-renowned oil painter, specializing in landscapes that look more like fine art than movie sets. 10. Josh Saviano. Known as the lovable geek Paul Pfeiffer on The Wonder Years, fans once joked he grew up to be Marilyn Manson. The truth is far more normal. He graduated from Yale and is now a successful corporate attorney in New York. 11. Danny Lloyd. His performance as Danny Torrance in The Shining is legendary, but Danny barely remembers the experience. He left acting at age 10 and chose a life of academia, currently working as a biology professor at a community college. 12. Charlie Korsmo. After starring in Hook and Can't Hardly Wait, Korsmo realized his brain was built for bigger things. He traded the spotlight for the ivory tower, becoming a law professor at Case Western University after working in politics. 14. Mara Wilson. The star of Matilda and Mrs. Doubtful found the film industry's beauty standards exhausting. She walked away to become a prolific writer and mental health advocate, proving she's just as brilliant as the character she played. 15. Lily Sobieski. She was the next big thing in films like Deep Impact, but she found the industry toxic. She retired to focus on her marriage and her career as a professional artist, creating large-scale abstract paintings. 16. Jack Gleeson. After playing the most hated villain in TV history, King Joffrey in Game of Thrones, Gleeson took a long hiatus. He went to Trinity College to study philosophy and run a small experimental theater company in Ireland. 17. Freddie Prinze Jr. He was the heartthrob of the 90s in She's All That, but Freddie's true love was the kitchen. While he still does occasional voice work, he's primarily a chef and cookbook author, prioritizing family life with Sarah Michelle Gellar. 18. Nikki Blonsky. She sang her way into our hearts as Tracy Turntraub in Hairspray. Between acting roles, Nikki kept her feet on the ground by working as a licensed cosmetologist in New York, keeping her hometown neighbors looking their best. 19. Gene Hackman. A literal titan of the 70s and 80s, Hackman retired after 2004's Welcome to Mooseport. He didn't just sit around, he became an accomplished writer of historical fiction, living a peaceful life in Santa Fe, New Mexico. 20. Rick Moranis. At the height of his Ghostbusters and Spaceballs fame, tragedy struck when Moranis lost his wife. He stepped away from Hollywood for decades to be a full-time single father, a move that earned him a lifelong respect from fans. 21. Taron Noah Smith. Playing the youngest son on Home Improvement wasn't his final act. He transitioned into the world of vegan food, launching a non-dairy cheese company called Playfood, and later working as a technical manager. 22. Angus T. Jones. As the half in 2.5 Men, he was the highest-paid child star in history. He left the show for religious reasons and now works on the management side of an event production company in Los Angeles. 23. Lark Voorhees. Saved by the Bell's Lisa Turnell was the fashion icon of the Saturday morning lineup. Lark eventually moved away from the screen to pursue a career as a writer, having self-published several books over the last decade. 24. Karen Parsons. Hilary Banks was the spoiled princess of The Fresh Prince, but Karen is anything but. She founded Sweet Blackberry, a nonprofit that creates animated films to teach children about forgotten figures in Black history. 25. Andrea Barber. Kimmy Gibbler was the neighbor we all love to hate on Full House. Before the Netflix reboot, Barber was working as a university administrator, helping students navigate international programs at Whittier College. 26. Lucas Babin. You might recognize him as Spider, the rival guitarist in School of Rock. He traded the electric guitar for a law degree and is now a district attorney in Texas, prosecuting real-life cases. 27. Brittany Ashton Holmes. She was the precious Darla in 1994's The Little Rascals. She retired from the industry almost immediately after the film, eventually working as a barista while earning her degree in political science. 28. Reed Alexander. Known as the villainous Neville Papperman on iCali, Reed found a new passion in finance. He became a respected financial journalist, reporting for Business Insider and the Wall Street Journal on global markets. 29. Michael Morona. Whether it was The Adventures of Pete and Pete or Home Alone, Morona was a 90s staple. He stayed in the industry but moved behind the scenes. He's now a professional electrician on major film sets. 30. Danny Tamborelli. The Little Pete to Morona's Big Pete, Danny also moved into a normal creative life. He works as a musician and comedian, but also holds a steady job in podcast production and voiceover, far from the child star trap. Seeing these icons choose a normal life is a reminder that fame isn't everything. Some left for family, some for sanity, and some for a new passion altogether. But we want to hear from you. Of these 30 icons, who do you think aged most gracefully, and who had the most shocking transformation? Let me know your top 3 in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Then and Now deep dives.